you know, just to broaden your understanding on those things. All right, so I'm going to be leveraging on what was taught yesterday. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So what I have here today is we are going to learn how to use the display flex. Yeah, so I'm going to try as much as possible to explicitly uh, tell you, like explain to you what flex is and other positioning properties that we have. And the next one is, yes, yesterday you were taught how to add the logo, right? So we are still going to be leveraging on that. We are going to add a banner today, what I call banner. So we are going to add a banner. Now it's still an image, but just that there is a way you structure a logo, there is a way you structure a banner. Why we call it a banner? Because it's usually very wide. Do you understand? So you practice inserting and styling images to serve as banner for the web page and ensure they align with the page layouts. And the last one, I am going to explain to us what pixels is and how to actually use it. I know since the beginning of the week, we have been using 20 pixels, 5 pixels, 10 pixels, but do you really know what it means? Do you really know what it's used for? All right, so if you are asked not to use pixels, what other things can you use? So those are the things we are going to be learning today. All right, real quick, I'm going to take you to a site that's user-friendly because of the simulation. So it will be easy for me to explain to you what Flex is very well. Then maybe I'll just give you like 2 minutes or 3 minutes for you to practice it, and uh, we then get along. All right. So this is an MDN website. This we are going to learn how to use the Flexbus. Now, number one, let's go to this is Flex, right? So this is it. When you have when dealing with flex direction, so you can do flex direction rule on this uh coming. Can you see my screen? When you have your URL, like your list, this is how your website lists them. A, B, C, right? This is the default. Now, this default is called column, right? So this is the default. You just have list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4. You have, let's say, like yesterday when we're trying to uh, style the logo and the title SLA. So the logo was the one at the top, right? The logo was one at the top. SLA Grammar School Akure was one beneath. But when we now used display flex, you now see that they now went sideways, which push the logo to this side, and the other one to this side. So flex is used. It is a layout method that is used to arrange items in rows or column. So flex is used to arrange items in a row or column. Or if you want to put it, you say flex is a layout method for arranging items in rows or columns. Flex is derived from the word flexible. When you say something is flexible, it means that thing is flexible. When it's on large screen, it can fit itself. When it's on a smaller screen, it can also fit itself. That's why they call it flexible. Call it flex. So it is easier to design a flexible, responsive layout structure. And like I said, what do I mean by responsive? It means that something is responsive to the in a way that it can manage the size of the screen. It can manage the size of the screen. Example, if you want to use it, you say dot container. Dot container here is the class we are given to the container. And we are now saying display flex. And flex comes with some properties like justify content, like Coach Eric explained yesterday. Justify content, pushed it to the center. But when you're using align items, you drop it down. So align items has to do with up and down. Justify content has to do with your right and left. So between the right and left, we have the center. You can do justify content left, justify content right, justify content center. But when you are dealing with align items, it has to do with up and down. You understand that? I will show you more when we get into VS Code. So the next one is now, after this is just to explain what you did yesterday, just to expand it a little bit, just to broaden your knowledge a little bit. So what we are going to do today is adding banner images. To add image, you have to use the IMG tag to add your picture. Then we are now why we call it banner is because the image is going to be stretched across the page. It's going to be stretched across the page. And remember, it is important that you always add your alt. Add your alt to describe the picture for everyone to understand. Now, like if you see the example here, I have img src banner.jpg. That is the name. Then I have alt, alternative. That's the meaning. Alternative means if your browser, maybe you have issue with internet. So this is what we show that will tell people, okay, what is here is a website banner. I'm slowing down because I discovered some of you are right. And lastly, we are going to use the width to make it fit nicely in your CSS. We are going to use the width 100%. Once you add that to fit nicely in your CSS. Are we ready now? All right. I'm going to all right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Get your image that you're going to use, put it in your image folder, and let's code.
Please, anyone else? Anyone?
Mr. Toby, did you send the image to them?
Which of the images?
Yes.
Anyone that's wide enough.
Yes, Mr. Jerry Jerry should have made it available to them on their systems.
Yes, they have.
Yes, I love it.
Okay. All right, 3 minutes more. Two minutes more.
Right. Right.
One minute more. All right. Have you done that? If you have done that, give a thumbs up. Okay. Sorry, I have to use a live server. So just in case you don't know how to do that, which I don't believe we should still have anyone that can't do that. So what you have to do is go to where you have the image. I have to go to my, so I have a lot of things. Okay. Then go to my downloads. Can see, okay, example, let's say I want to use the school or the school library or any of this. The Kucheric taught us just drag it to, so drag it to your VS Code. So I'll just drag this in my image. So this is the image I'm going to use. So if you have any other one, you can make use of it.
We have the SLA, AAA SLA.
I think I should have another good one.
Is that?
Okay, now that I have my okay, so we are going to create another we are going to create another element. So this time around, we are going to call it main. So write main. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I'm fine.
Now inside the main, what are you going to have? Your image. So I'm going to write, how do I insert image? How do I insert image? What is the tag again? What is the tag to insert image?
ING.
Thank you. So just type IMG and hit the tab key. So I'll do images / the school all that I want to use. Or I can. The alternative, I'm just going to say school all picture. School all picture. Let me try my show preview. Oh, you can see how big it is. I think better still, let me use the live server.
Now our own picture is small.
Your own picture is small.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't worry whether it's small or not.
It's not big as yours, it's just in the side.
It doesn't matter. Okay, Mr. Jerry, please can you help me? Can you help me snap their web page so that we can see the kind of picture they used?
And this one is in my home. Yeah. That's it. Yes.
Now everybody look up. This is my own picture. You can see how huge it is, right?
There's not a way that I can minimize it.
And that is why we need CSS. So we are going to use CSS to control this. We are going to use CSS to control this.
Am I the one that finds like that? What is it?
Now let's write our CSS. So this is me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can see somebody's. No, I think there is a mistake here.
That is what I'm talking about.
Can you
Mr.
can see my
Victor,
screen? Yeah,
Mr.
they
Victor,
added they added
no,
the image in their navbar.
oh, not a problem. Remember, would be a good time because we did the image, right, for the logo, and we put a height and a width to it. Well, you just added a new image, so the CSS is taking that, or the picture is taking that style, so that would be a good time to show them the difference of adding classes so they can individually, because when I pulled it in on mine, it's really small, and I see why. Now that,
Oh,
yeah, I understand that, but remember, because they styled that logo as the image for the width and the height, their image that they just pulled in is gonna be the same thing, I believe.
all right.
So that would be a good
Okay.
time to show them this is why, and then adding the class to it might help them because we can see that one girl's there. So yeah, that's what happened with mine.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for checking. But as for this, uh, now to the student that did this, your image, this image is added in the navbar. So you need to correct this, right? You need to correct this. I'll come back to that. Okay. This is good. I will tell you why it's smaller. I will tell you why. And even this is good also. Now look here. For the students, now see what we did here. We have our navbar. This is the open tag. This is the closing tag, right? So we are done with the navbar. We now created another tag called main tag. Then inside the main tag, that is where we have the image, right? So you should correct that. No, I'm talking to the girl that has this that has her own image in the navbar. Okay, now why is my picture, why is it very, very small? Now the reason is that let's go back to the code that we wrote yesterday.
See, you have go down, Victor. You already wrote class.logo right there. That's why yours is different than the girls. Because
Oh,
I didn't add the class, so this is the perfect time to show the girls. So right now, make that in IMG and then show the girls. That's why now my photo is gonna be small because we didn't make a class, and this is a perfect time to
Oh,
show them what's going on. Now
yeah,
see
you
if
know,
your photo is small as well.
okay. Now I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, there we go.
All
Yeah.
right, so this is what you have, everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're on the same page now. Okay. Now the reason why you are having this is that when coding, and I'm so glad that this came up, right? Yeah, it is a very good opportunity to explain this. And it honestly, because sometimes these errors, they are things you can't do without coming across. They're inevitable. So now when you have something like this, do you know why? The reason is that when styling it, this is this is the logo, right?
Yes, sir.
This is a banner, isn't it? Please, I want you to listen here. But we are using IMG because this is an image. We are using this as an IMG too. So when styling it, if you put IMG, so your code or your CSS will assume that you are styling all the images in your website. You are styling all the images, and that is why we use the so-called selection to differentiate between our elements. So professionally, when writing your code, we don't do IMG here. We give it a class, right? We give it a class called logo or anything. Here is a banner. So I'm going to give this one a class. I'm going to give it a class and call it banner. So now when styling it, I'll go back to this. I'll say, okay, this code It is not for all the images. It is just for logo. And remember how to do your styling too. If you are styling a class, you have to put the dot character. So you have to be dot logo. Now, if I go back to my website, you can see that the image has gone to its normal size. The image has gone to its normal size. Do you understand that? Have you corrected that? Please, I need your response. Have you corrected that?
No, sir.
Okay, have you given it a class of logo? Now, to give it a class, be mindful of where you put it. Your class is a standalone attribute. It's a standalone attribute. So don't put it inside SLC. Don't put it inside it. You can put it outside, but it has to be after the double quotes. So I can now do class any way you want to put it, but don't put it outside the image tag. If I'm putting class here, you can see that it's wrong. The color is not even changing to blue, which means it's wrong. So I'm going to put class and put it here, logo. Then what you just need to do, go back to your CSS and say dot logo instead of img. This is what you have there before. Remove it. Don't remove the code. Just remove the elements and just put dot, or the selector, I mean. Just put dot logo. Have you done that? Have you done that?
No, sir.
Okay, what is the problem? What is the problem? You can't find the image.
Yes, sir.
You can't find the image.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't find the image.
This, yeah, the one.
Just leave the banner. Leave the banner the way it is. We are going to come back to the banner, but correct this first. Changes, add class of logo. That's what I asked you to add. Just type class and put logo. I will clean it and do it again. This is what I have there, right? Now, I will click on, after SLA, the alt. I will hit my space key and type class. And just put logo there. Logo. So let's do it one after the other. Have you done this one? Forget about the CSS now. Have you done this? Have you added class of logo?
Yes, sir.
All right, now go back to your CSS where you have img. This is what you have, right?
Yes, sir.
Now remove the img. Don't delete the code. Remove just the img and type dot logo. Have you done that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now you save. Make sure you are saving it. If you don't save it, you won't see the effect in your live server. So if your live server is not displaying, just refresh. You Can you see my screen? Just refresh.
Banner.
Can you see my cursor? Just click on refresh. All right, so let's go back to the banner. Now add the class of banner in the second image we just added. Add a class of banner, just like you did for logo. Add a class for banner. I will clean it and do it again. Let me put it here. Inside your second image, inside the IMG, inside the IMG. So I'm going to click on space and type class of banner. Have you done that?
Yes,
All right, let's go back to our CSS. Now, how do I style this now? What should I type?
dot banner.
Thank you. So I'm going to say dot banner. So number one, let's set the width to 100%. Let's set the width to 100%.
100%.
Yes, that is the width, the wideness. The width has to do with the wideness. Then let's set the height. You know, going with the width, this is the width. The width is occupying, the width has to do with the wideness, right and left. But now we don't want it to occupy the whole screen because we still want to write some things under the image, like about us, this and that, because that is how a normal website is. So we are going to give it a custom height. Now let's change the height. Let's give it a height. Can we try 200 pixel first? 200 px. Oh, is this what you have? Is this what you have in yours?
Yes.
So what do we need to do?
We'll increase the height.
Thank you. To increase the height, we can use 500.
500.
I think 500 is perfect.
It's okay, 300 is great. Seriously. Yeah, drive. What's looking like? They're not with the 100%, 100% with 100%. So that
Width is 100%. The height is 500 pixels.
This 500. No, there's a lot of height is like 500. 500. Ah, this is how you want to jolly. I just made enough. Just put enough. Why don't they edit this one? My background college. When you have something to do, how will you show? Do you want to show?
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now listen, I am using 500 pixel. You can use any any measurement of your choice. If you want your own height to be more than this, or if you want your own banner to be taller than this, you can increase it, right? And you can also decrease it. So you may want to play around it. Can you add 1,000 instead of 500 and see what you're going to have? And add 100 also, or 50. Add 100. Change this to 1,000, change this to 100, change this to 50. All right. So that is basically how to add a banner to your image. Now, outside that, there are other things you need to add to your website or to your web page, right? So it's not just the image only. It's not just the header, the this and that. You may want to add another thing that has to do with about us, just like we have SLA grammar school here. So can we have about us? So I'm going to do this. I will not show you the code. Then I will ask you to do it yourself. I'm going to pause my screen. Then I will do it. Then I will ask you to do it.
I saw this brothers experiencing it's really a good job. Come on, I go. When you see that, like anything you paint again. You have to change the thousand. You make up some story. They would need to have this one. They would need to. Now what do you do? Hello, begin now. What is something that you love? Hello, begin. Right, so these were so good. These were the charges. These were the well, you can't sit in this picture. Oh, wow, okay now. Well, that's his vein. Okay, is this French? I'm not sure. It's just French. Oh, hmm. He's there. About my service. This is they wish not sure if my all right, what's your consent? Today's the last
All right, everybody, I want you to add this yourself. Hold on. Just check it again. Forget about the text. I want you to add about my school. About my school. I'll give you just 3 minutes to do this. Add about my school and style it. Yes, style it to be at the center, just like I have it here. Style it to be at the center.
I'll make it the following one. Let me add the class. Class. Okay.
3 minutes.
Yeah, go down. Using alignment. Yeah, alignment. You have tried before. No, Dave. He's justified on the book to justify which two of them is necessary. Or display flex. He's not outside. He's inside the H1. These are both just come down. Tip on that one. Use a bag. Yeah, isn't that fine? Using justified context with the I don't know is no problem. What again? What again? I'm coming. What again? What is flex?
51 seconds to go.
Wait, please, what just starting the same time for display. This is correct. Flex. Now go to it's already there. Okay.
40 seconds to go. How many of you were able to do it?
Now it's just like
All right, did you get it?
yes, sir.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So what did you use? Huh?
We use align item and justify content. And
Somebody said something at the back. What did you use there? Text align. Mhm. All right, now let me tell you this. So where we use flex and text align, whenever you want to move a text, now watch this. Now this is my code. This is my code. I have another section. So I have H2 of class about us this. Then here is what I gave it a text align of center and font size of 50 pixel. Now, if I use display flex, will it work like some of you did? Okay,
Mr.
let me
Victor,
cancel.
I don't think you're sharing screen.
Oh,
Check that real quick, please. I don't see anything.
oh, thank you, Coach Cherry, for calling attention to this. All right. So this is what I used. Text align of center, font size of 50 pixel. Some of you say you used display flex and it works. Let's see. Display flex, align item, center.
justify content.
Oh, oh, okay. Justify content again. Center. All right, good job. But now this is what you should do. Where do I use flex? When you have two elements, not text. When you have two elements, example, in our navbar, we have two elements there, the image and the text. So when you have two elements and you want to reposition them or you want to change the way they are showing, that is where you use flex. But when you have just a text within an element, now what do I have? I have just a text. So you don't have to go to the length of adding display flex. Can you see now adding display flex, align item, justify content? That is 3 lines of code. And there is something called text code optimization in programming. Instead of having these 3 lines of code, then I can use my text align. Because number one, it is just a text. There's no image there. And it is within that block. Now, what do I mean by block? This is it. In section, it is just this H, it is just this H2 I want to push to the center. Do you understand? So if I have other things like Let me take this up. Let me add a paragraph now. Now, how can you get Lorem? We use Lorem ImSum to just to fill in a space. Just type Lorem and hit your tab key. Are you with me? Just hit your tab key. So it automatically generates that for you. So this is my Lorem ImSum. So I can also add a text align to this to push it to the, instead of starting from the left, it's taking the default styling now. So if I want you to start if I want to push it to the center, I can use my text align too. Because these are just text within the block elements. But unlike this, I want these two young guys to stay side by side. Image is not text, so you can't use text align to move an image. Do you understand? And that is why the English is text align. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you should know where to use text align, and they will work. But if there's something you are building you or training you for, is to know what you are doing, and so that when you write a code and you are not seeing results, you know that the problem is not from you. It's either maybe something is missing or you need to refresh your browser. So if you don't get to that level, you will keep guessing. Even when you've written the right code, you'll be confused. Whereas maybe what you needed to do then is just to refresh your browser. But due to the fact that you are not even 100% sure that the code you wrote is correct, then you will just be troubleshooting up and down. So you should know where to use a particular code. Do you understand? So at your own time, try things more. When you have about us page, try and add pictures, add images. Okay, about us, this is our school. These are the things we have in our school. We have the library, we have the physics lab, we have the chemistry lab, we have the fish pond, we have the which other one? The project, the school projects, the school awards, and this. If you want those images to stay side, uh, to stay on the same line, maybe you want them sideways, maybe two on a row or two on a column, you can use your flex to do that. And also, whenever you need to do something and you're not getting it, make Google your friend. Do you understand? I'm telling you this because this is the last, today is the last day till when we resume. So make Google your friend and don't just go home and uh, abandon your computer or your phone. I remember during the summer, some of you used your phone. So you can still make use of your phone. Now, one thing about this is that they are volatile. So it is not something you learn uh, once and for all, and it will just stick to your brain for eternity. No. If you don't practice it, if you don't work with it, over time, you see them that they will diminish and you won't find them again. They will ask you, how can I add image? You say image, even ordinary IMG, you won't remember. So please, as you are going home, I know you are going to have fun, you are going to visit your people to celebrate Christmas, but at your own leisure time, is that you grab your parent phone, or if you have a tab, or if you have a laptop, do small thing, do simple project, do HTML, do CSS, add images. I think based on my own observation, adding images has been our major challenge. Try that over time. Try that, add 2 images, add 3 images, add 4 images. And if we are stuck, use the internet. Oh, I am doing this. There is no problem you want to do in programming that you can't find the solution on the internet. I'm telling you that. Based on my own year of experience, there is no problem. There is no problem you are encountering in programming that you can't find the solution online. Do you understand?
Yes,
So any question? All right, Kuchek, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, great job, girls. So I totally agree with Mr. Victor. Just practice, practice, practice. Okay. Remember, you don't have to erase the code, highlight the code, control / so you just comment it out and then scroll down and try to put it back in there. Okay. That way when we come back in January, we can just start from where we left off from here. Okay. So great job, girls.
All right, Mr. Toby, do you have anything to say?
Okay. It's been an interesting period since Monday. And I know that you've learned a lot, but like everyone has said, it is important that you practice because all of these things can disappear in no time without practicing. So I would like you to go back to your Code Studios for those of you that use your Androids. Go back to your Code Studio. For those of you who use iPhone, I think it is Studio Code. Please go back to them. No more. Please go back to them and start using them again so that you can catch up with a few things that you've forgotten from before and also be able to practice these new things that you learned now. Thank you for your time. Please have a great holiday. Enjoy yourself.
I did forget to say one thing. I know Mr. Toby has opened up the WhatsApp. So if you have the WhatsApp, if you have any questions throughout, put it in the WhatsApp and we'll try to answer that for you as well.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jerry. We really appreciate you from since on Monday. Want to appreciate all the effort you put. Thank you so much. And please remember to help us take pictures of your current projects. All right, so that will be all for today. In the absence of no question, so thank you, everybody. Bye, girls. Enjoy your Christmas.